Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
What's happening, guys?
Before we get into the episode, we want to help you out.
In case you didn't know, when we're not gobbing off in Eddie's bar, we're actually online coaches.
We are indeed, and as a former Royal Marines commando, Harry spends his time helping people physically prepare for life in the military, and I can guarantee he'll get you through any arduous course you can throw at him. Isn't that right, Shep?
Bang on, Rex. And if you're tired of looking and feeling like shit, then let Eddie help you take back control of your life. He used to be a fat sack, and now he looks like a Greek god. That could be you.
If you want to transform how you look, perform, and feel, then get in contact with us.
The link will be in the description. Alright, guys, and welcome to the 31st episode of Below the Bar.
In this episode, expect to find out why Die Hard definitely is a Christmas film, how Shep got evicted from a Wetherspoons on Christmas Eve,
And what should be on your plate to create the ultimate Christmas dinner experience.
Let's get into it.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast. As you can probably see if you're watching on video, we have a Christmas special for you. Another special, as they all have been in the last few episodes.
Ho ho, Ho Chi Minh.
So I've gone away with Eddie on the podcast. He's no longer here. We now have Santa Claus himself on the pod.
Yeah!
Fantastic, right? So we're in our festive spirit, as you can probably see. It's now the weekend for us because we have finished work early. It's Thursday evening, and we're off to Spain. So fantastic! What a Christmas!
Nothing says Christmas like fucking off to Spain for a long weekend.
Well, Christmas can be interpreted in many ways.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so to kick things off, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get some jokes out there.
Christmas joke.
A wee jokey joke to warm everyone up out
Just
there.
a Christmas joke, Mark.
Yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
They're shit one-liners.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Santa have any children?
I don't know.
Because he only comes once a year.
Nice. Well, I mean, I was still framing that you were Santa, and I had a different answer.
But that is actually accurate if I am Santa.
True. Yeah. Well, you only get it up once a year.
So actually, that's not a joke, really. There is a serious side to this.
Yeah. I mean, if you struggle with erectile dysfunction, do call someone.
Don't call me though. I've got my hands full.
Not so. Don't put it on your Christmas list.
What do priests and Christmas trees have in common?
Don't know.
Their balls are just ornamental. Not strictly true, that, because there is a long-standing history of child sex abuse within the Catholic Church, isn't there? So someone should really readdress that joke.
That joke isn't accurate, actually. So I thought it was going to be something to do with kids.
Well, it kind of inadvertently is.
True.
Kids love holding their balls. Could be another angle that you go.
Well, do they? Is that a well-known thing?
Yeah, true. I think that's putting. Yeah, I don't think there's consent when it involves the priest.
No, well, famously.
Once take it with the Pope there. Unfortunately, we did try and reach out to him, but he didn't get back to us. So
he's actually working the camera. He's good at that.
Make of that what you will. Right, now that we've loosened everyone up a bit.
Those are the two jokes, two terrible Christmas jokes.
With a bit of child sex abuse.
Yeah, well, we'd like to start off with a bang. Quite literally.
What are your thoughts on Christmas?
I love Christmas. I was thinking about this on the way here. I love on the long drive here of 2 minutes. I like it. I think Christmas is well, the weather's shit.
Yeah.
And it's a good excuse to stay indoors and have fun. That's my thoughts on Christmas.
Do you want to elaborate on fun?
Well, drinking and eating, basically.
Yeah.
It's an excuse, like every holiday in Christianity. It's an excuse to eat to excess and drink to excess. That's what we do best.
Well, originally that wasn't the message, was it? But it's been
really.
hoodwinked by rap hands.
Well, yeah, I can tell where you're going.
Because Jesus be fucking threaders if he's washing down.
Because he's shredded.
Because he's famously shredded and starved himself for the sake of humanity.
The original intermittent faster, Jesus.
Yeah, and now he barely gets a fucking look in over the festive period. I bet he's fucking fuming.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where Santa came from. Where did Santa come from? Do you know?
Not a clue.
What's the origin story of Santa?
And if I'd put more effort in, I probably would have researched that.
Yeah.
But all we can do now is speculate.
Well, that's going to be fun. So, it's quite a weird concept, really. Because, like, some random bloke comes into your house.
Yeah, some randy bloke.
Yeah, well.
In my case.
In your case. So, he comes into your gaff, right, and then just fucking mills about for a bit, eats all your scran, and then fucks off and goes to the next one. How's that allowed, mate?
Yeah, especially
Breaking and entering,
and
like.
especially in a place like America, where breaking and entering is very much frowned upon, and
He's running risks there, isn't he?
Yeah,
all night, Christmas night, he could get shot.
Sure, Santa Claus in America must be packing Kevlar.
He's packing heat, mate, definitely.
He
I
is.
think Rudolph's got a fucking Glock, mate.
A Kimbo Glock down the chimney.
Yeah, he's on room clearances, fucking straight out the door.
Yeah, I don't actually know where. Isn't it Christmas like a German thing? Is it
I
like?
have no idea. I don't know. Well, it's a whole. Apologies if you're listening and you're young enough to think that Santa's still real, but
I'd be worried if you are.
I'd be very worried. We started off with child sex abuse, so you're already in too deep. But I don't know where the whole origin story of the fictional character of Santa Claus came from, at all.
I feel like it had more innocent origins in like Scandinavia or something, and then it was taken over by America and capitalism, and it's amorphosized into Christmas that we know today.
Well, it is the ultimate in capitalism, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
like the ultimate.
Let's make what people don't buy enough already. Let's make people buy even more stuff for their friends and family.
Yeah, it's the ultimate consumerist holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, well, again, like what we do best in the Western world when we're celebrating things is just eat and consume far too much.
Yeah, but the West is built on consumerism, isn't it? So
it's
quite fitting that our biggest holiday of the year revolves around consumerism.
Well, Eastern cultures don't celebrate it, do they? And that's telling.
Yeah,
so
they're fucking missing out.
Yeah,
on
they don't have
a load of scran. That's why they're all thin.
That's why they're all threaders.
That's good.
You can take that.
We should be missionaries.
Yeah,
I reckon that we go fucking do the rounds in Southeast Asia.
Drum up a bit of Christmas spirit in Southeast Asia.
In my outfit.
Yeah,
I've paid for. Might as well get my use out of it.
Do well that. And get to Ukraine.
And if you do normally listen on Spotify, I do urge you to actually watch this episode on YouTube because we have dug out for you.
Yeah, I mean Eddie more than me because I have just stuck a hat on, but Eddie is fully laden in the Christmas
fully
spirit.
laden as a man with a sack full of gifts for children.
Right.
Make of that what you will. Yeah, Christmas is class, isn't it? Really,
it is really good. It's an enjoyable time of year. It's a good excuse for everyone to get back together. What happens when you get older? When you're younger, right? Christmas is about just getting presents.
I was just about to say this, but then
it evolves into like you don't see all your mates for all year, and then Christmas everyone's at home, so you see them all, and that's the sick part about it, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Because like you said, basically when you're a kid, all you really care about is how many gifts you got and whether you got more than last year.
Yeah, like Dursley.
And you always thought, when I was a kid, I always thought, God, Christmas must be shit when you get older. You know, presents.
Get anything?
Yeah, when presents don't mean as much anymore. But obviously, because you evolve as a person and your mind shift changes and you kind of become enlightened, you actually start to value people's company more than material possessions.
Well, I'd hope so. Unless you're 27 and like, fucking hell, I didn't get my Game Boy this week. Yeah, but like, I think that, so obviously from a friendship perspective, depending on how big your family is, I think fundamentally your friends are obviously fly the nest a bit, and someone maybe go away to uni, live there, whatever, go different countries. Generally, everyone comes back to their place of origin.
That's class.
At Christmas, and then you can all go out and see each other, which you don't do all year, which is good.
That like week, like leading up to Christmas, and then like the nether period between Christmas and New Year, where like feasibly you could go to your local pub and just bump into someone that you haven't seen for about 10 years. It's class.
Yeah, exactly. And it becomes the ultimate in kind of like reunions, because you can plan reunions. We should do that at some point. Plan reunions when you're like 35, whatever. But these are like little miniature reunions each year, which is kind of cool. And the same, like, I've got a decently big family, so the same is true for that. Like all year, you find excuses not to fucking see each other, basically. And then in Christmas, because everyone's off work and no one's got an excuse, everyone comes together, and it's a good time to kind of do that.
Yeah, because everyone gets into the festive spirit, don't they? So like, if you bump into someone like at the pub or something mid-year, it can be a bit awkward sometimes because it's not expected almost. But I think everyone gets into the mindset around Christmas where you're going to kind of like rekindle some old flames.
And everyone's got common ground at Christmas because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you've got nothing else to talk about, you just like Christmas.
That's it.
Great.
You just talk about Christmas, and ultimately you're both there to get pissed.
Should we give people some great Christmas conversation like pillars to go with if they're like meeting people and they don't really know where to go. So you've got obviously Christmas films, which we're going to get into.
Yeah, Israel Palestine. That's another good one. Divide the room, but then again, polarisation is the best way to grow your brand.
True. You obviously got
so theoretically, you could get kicked out. Could also become the landlord. It's a high risk strategy.
High risk strategy, high reward. I like it. So you've got that, and then I think you've got like the COVID response, very Christmassy. Yeah. So you want to talk about that?
How many close relatives did you lose in the coronavirus pandemic? I'll start 4.
Yeah. So I've got 104, Fred. So that's I mean, again, if you meet anyone that you haven't seen for a good amount of time, those 2 topics, absolute stalwart. Definitely get them in. I think that'll put you in good stead to have a nice, productive conversation.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Speaking of which, that brings us nicely onto the Christmas Eve pub crawl.
Yeah, we should cover this, shouldn't we?
Yeah, because it's quite. I don't really know how much of a tradition this actually is outside of where we live.
I'm sure there's like a version of it. I think
it has to be because it's the big event of the year, really, where we are. Much to the extent that it kind of overshadows Christmas Day.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot else happening here. That is,
to be
that
fair,
needs to be said.
You have got a point.
But there is a lot of like shit pubs around here, right? And what we do at on Christmas Eve is basically spend the entirety of Christmas Eve going from one side of where we live to the other side of where we live, just drumming every pub along the way, and it's a massive pub crawl. And basically, it starts with like the hardcore.
Yeah.
Basically,
we need to unpack this actually.
Yeah, the piss cans from the rest of the year will start it, right? And then as they kind of progress through the day and it becomes more of a acceptable time to start drinking, like midday and then 2 o'clock or whatever, you get people join, and as it gets to like mid-afternoon, you've got like a big massive fucking swathe of people.
Yeah, so when we say like it's a big thing, genuinely there are up to about 100 people on this pub crawl.
Yeah, it's awesome.
To the extent where after about kind of like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you can't actually all be in the same pub. So it's
you
like
spread yourselves thin.
Yeah, it's like a train. It's like a train of people. So like they're spread across about 3 pubs.
Yeah, it is good. We're gonna do it this year. We're gonna do it slightly differently. Did I do it last year? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I'm not sure. Anyway, typically before historically, I've started a bit too early.
Yeah, but
no
one likes a hero. You don't get any prizes for starting early and then fucking browning out
and finishing early.
Yeah,
because as you well know,
ultimately the piss cans, right, who start at like 9 a.m. either fucking brown out at about tea time and it's early bed, early bath time, or they get on the packet.
This is
to see them in, and then you waking up on Christmas Day with a come down.
Yeah, so this is the thing. So if you're having to spend your Christmas Eve evening on the packet, on the Charlie, then
on the Colombian marching powder,
on the shite, as they say another word. You heard of that? You heard that?
It's Christmas Eve. You done a load of shite. You and your mates are all fucking sniffing each other's shite.
Get a bag of shite in.
Getting a bag of shite in with the boys. Sniffing each other's shite in the toilet. But yeah, it's like we were saying, or you with your mates, you haven't seen them for a year, you're all having a good time, and you feel compelled.
And your eyes are pinned open because you fucking smashed loads of shite.
Don't be that guy who's fucking coked up on the Christmas Eve pub crawl because no one wants to talk to you.
Spinning Walt bits. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah,
and he will make an appearance this year.
He always does.
Yeah. We've got a Walt mate who's a local Walt mate. And
he's the kind of, everyone has like a token like village idiot. He's the token local Walt.
Village Walt. Yeah, so he'll come out the woodwork. That'll probably end badly with one of our other mates. But yeah, I mean,
take too kindly to the Walt community.
So it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna start, like I say, tactically. Like, what do you think? 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Again, I'm a firm believer in no one likes a hero.
Exactly.
You certainly won't catch me at the fucking shit old man pubs at 9 a.m.
Well, this is the thing as well. Like, the earlier you go in the day, the shitter the pubs become.
Yeah.
The more flat roof pubs are involved, like the further left of like midday you go.
Because obviously we start out of town and then work your way back into town. So obviously the better pubs are in town.
You know, I was just thinking as well. This would be far, far superior if you live somewhere interesting.
Oh, 100.
Imagine
what?
you did this in like Manny or somewhere.
Yeah.
Did this in Manchester? You could go from the outskirts of Manchester and go like through Deansgate and into the centre.
Yeah, you could. Wait,
That'd
you could
be
do.
fucking sensational.
You could do Oxford Road down past the unis. You could do Deansgate, like you said, or you could just do a combination of central Manchester and pick and choose.
And we have to do into Stourbridge. I mean, it's good, but it's. I want to emphasise this. It's only good because you see your mates. It's not good because the pubs are good.
Yeah. So yeah, Christmas Eve pub crawl, big win. If you're not affiliated with the Christmas Eve pub crawl, I suggest that you do join one.
Yeah, maybe start one in your local area if it hasn't got one.
Yeah, and if you don't
doesn't
have
sound
any,
very festive.
if you don't have any mates, try and keep yourself busy because otherwise it can be quite a heavy day. Mentally.
Yeah, that's a somber note to end on. Yeah, okay.
Actually, no.
Next.
Before we brush over, we do. I know you're trying to brush over this, but this is a great opportunity to discuss your shortcoming one Christmas Eve.
Ah, yes. Yeah, well, we have covered this.
But for any new listeners, I think we need to give it its due diligence.
Okay, well, I'll let you take the reins on that, because it's fair to say I wasn't very coherent.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we actually adhered to the advice that we'd just given, and you still managed to fuck it.
Yeah, so I had a different frame, though. A different mentally I'd framed it differently.
Yeah.
So I was actually in the headspace of I need to catch up.
Yeah, which
And
again
that
can be
played
dangerous
against
headspace. See, if you leave it too late, you adopt that headspace, can become dangerous.
You need to find the middle ground.
Find the middle ground.
Anywhere down the central line, she's going down.
Yeah, the same can be said of football. You know, when you bring a footballer on and he's not up to speed with a run of play.
True.
This is a good analogy.
Yeah, because you bring them on too early and then your team hasn't got going. You bring them on too late just to take the penalty and they miss.
Exactly, mate.
Rashford.
So using that analogy, picture this. This is kind of like, how old are we? Like 18, 19? This is one of our first like Christmas Eve.
I was in training, so it was 19.
Yeah, so this is one of our kind of like early Christmas Eve piss-ups. Like we're new kids on the block at this point.
Yeah, hadn't quite made a name for ourselves yet.
And we'd chinned off the entire pub crawl and basically just gone straight to the end point, which is inevitably always a Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
And we'd come together, but you'd kind of
come together.
You'd split off from the rest of the group because you were going to rekindle with some of your old cadet mates, I think.
Yeah, so we'd all gone together, and then I'd pinged another group that I was aware of that I knew, and so I was trying to catch up with them. So I was playing.
And you disappeared as far as I'm concerned, because I'm like obviously spinning dits to some tens or something at this point.
That wasn't happening. Just to emphasise, I was inebriated, but I could tell you whether that was happening or not. So what happened previous though?
So at this point, I've already bagged off. Let's say, to be conservative, 4 lengers right in the disabled toilet, and I don't know where Shep is at this point.
Yeah, again. Playing fast and loose with the truth here, but what I'd downed like a big bottle of Jaeger in about 45 minutes. Again, I was like 19. I'd just done 6 weeks of Marines training, hadn't drank for however long, and so that hit me like a fucking freight train. Then I got to Spoons, was plastered with more alcohol, and then went to see my other mates. And because like when you're a new addition to the group, and they're all a bit jolly, right? They then get you more fucking booze. So I had it coming in from all angles, a bit like you with the Lengers, right? And so it was
a lot of fluids, like passing.
A lot of fluids
coming in and out your mouth.
Yeah, not so many Lengers for me. But yeah, so I was then, and sometimes like you're feeling great, aren't you? That's like you getting into it.
We've all done this, right?
But inevitably,
because you're consuming like a night's worth of booze in the space of an hour.
Yeah.
For about 10 minutes, you feel on top of the world.
You're sailing,
and then it hits you.
That you've just done that.
Yeah, and it hits you like a freight. It's kind of you either adapt or break at that point.
Yeah, adapt or break. We know someone's programming that follows the same protocol.
Not mentioning any names.
Yeah, so fair to say I broke. I wasn't there for half the course. So yeah, do you want to explain what happens next? We'll probably overlay a fucking video.
Yeah, we will overlay. We'll overlay the video now. But basically, what happened is the entire. So picture a Wetherspoons on Christmas Eve. It's fucking rammed. You can barely hear the person next to you talking.
Yeah.
All of Wetherspoons goes quiet, and everyone's attention is drawn to a young individual who is projectile vomiting all down himself in front of an entire Wetherspoons audience.
That's actually traumatising, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's actually what happened.
No, that is 100% accurate. Yeah. That wasn't amazing, was it? That's fucking terrifying. Imagine that happened now. I'd be fucking furious. That didn't. Again, linking back if you listen to the school episode, I mean, that didn't do my personal brand a whole lot of favours.
No, it didn't.
You know.
But what you did after that is very on brand for you.
True. Yeah. Again, not taking no for an answer. Not a quitter. Mom didn't raise no quitter.
Yeah, so well, the long and short of it is, do you get sent home at that point? Or?
I got bundled in a taxi, rightly so.
Because you are covered in spew as well, so it's not like you would have got in any other venues or B, spoken to anyone else for the entire evening.
Because I stunk of fucking sick. Anyway, I got home, got a little quick change on, and I was like, I viewed it in my inebriated state as a little fucking stop short, as a little like, okay, I'll go in, get a fucking little super sub on, and then
this is just a sit rep in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. This is stop short, and so I was then stood in my kitchen, like fucking swaying back and forth, absolutely fucked. And obviously, my mum has kind of come in and spoke to me a bit, and had subscribed to the idea that I wasn't going back out. I hadn't let on either way.
See what Kathy's done there is she's jumped to conclusions.
Yeah, and with drunk little Shep over here, that's a dangerous game to play, as she found out. So I'm about where we live is about 3 miles away from where I'd just been. So in my eyes, I come back, get a shower, quick change, and then I was good to go again. I wasn't good to go because I had fucking none of my wits about me, which was highlighted in the next thing that I did. So I dipped out the back door and fucking got out and started walking 3 miles towards our place where all the lads were.
Yeah, so you've seen this as an escape and evasion exercise, haven't you, really?
Yeah, exactly. So I was practicing for Hunter's Moon, which was coming next. And basically...
So you got Hunter Force on your tail now?
Yeah, Mom. And I decided, because of that, so I didn't want to be traced, didn't take my phone or my wallet to this endeavour, which, of course, when you get to, the other side and you need to get into a club, for example, not having your ID when you look about 16 probably isn't ideal.
See, being untraceable is all well and good when you're Jason Bourne, but when the intention of your trip is to then get into a nightclub in which you'll need ID,
not the best idea.
Not great foresight, that.
No, and I realised this because obviously fresh air sobers you up a bit. I was basically doubling to the pub 3 miles away. I got about 2 miles in, right, and I realised my error.
Yeah.
However, I'm too far gone.
Yeah.
To go back.
Morale was low.
Yeah, because it's already getting quite late now. So I'm thinking, right, I've just got to fucking commit now. Because I was a bit cerebral by that point. I was all right. So I get in the queue for the next place we were going, where all the lads were. They were like meters in air. Don't know how I knew that because I had no phone. I just assumed, I think. Luckily, my sister was at the front of the queue, and she actually got me in. She vouched for me and got me in. Shout out, Pen. And I think, did I get in? I don't know,
because I wasn't actually with you at that point. I don't know where I was. Probably bagging off more fit birds, let's be honest.
This was a point in time where you could have been doing that, though.
Yeah.
This was a point in your life, right, where you could have been... So this is the thing that's annoying, right, with that sort of deflection tactic that Eddie's put on there. So, like, this is a point in his life where he could have been dropping game on quite a lot of laying birds.
But
they knew that. You didn't know.
Yeah, see, this is... So, the best. I'll give you another football analogy. This is like Darwin Núñez, right? In the fact that
great first touch.
This bloke could theoretically be on 20 goals this season, but because he's effectively a donkey, you don't know
in front of goal.
Yeah, but the thing is, when he just scores, it's a worldie.
Yeah, that was your pretty much a good representation of your dating life, and we know a couple of individuals involved.
Certain individuals who I may have given the wrong impression to, and now regret that further down the line. But let's not make this bitter.
You can listen to our dating episode.
They know who they are. They know
they probably
don't.
They're
fit.
They probably don't. They're boyfriends. So yeah. Anyway, long and short of it is, I don't think I got into the club. I then got swept up by the Hunter Force. My dad, he was patrolling up and down, bless him, like 01 on Christmas morning. Supposed to be doing his Santa duties. Absolutely threaders in his car, fucking going up and down the high street, and bundled me into his car as a little taxi, fucked me off outside our house, and then, Christmas Day was a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not... I mean, Christmas Day itself, now I'm an adult and I partake in the Christmas Eve pub crawl, is always overshadowed a bit, to be honest. Because I normally wake up hungover.
Yeah.
And then I normally go for like A little shakeout run. That's good, actually.
That is good. You
I
here for
reckon-
Christmas this time?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure yet, but if
We
I
need to
am,
do that.
if I am, we'll go for a bimble
I like a Christmas Day bimble.
because
No one else is there.
Yeah, because no one else is out, and inevitably you do have a hangover that you need to shake off.
Yeah. The one thing that is really good about Christmas Day is obviously the scran,
Yeah.
which we're going to get into. But again, I think it gets ruined, right, if throughout the year you have like tons of roasts. We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
We don't have many roasts on a Sunday. If you have roasts every single Sunday,
Well, you're mugging yourself off,
well,
really.
you've had a Christmas dinner, basically a Christmas dinner every Sunday. Because it is, in it.
But if
The only
you-
difference is what? Pigs in blankets. But you should
Yeah.
have them on a roast anyway. Controversial
Yeah,
opinion.
If you have a roast every weekend, you're effectively just mugging Christmas you off.
Yeah.
Just
it's
deprive
facts, yeah.
yourself of the roast, and then Christmas Day is even more special.
Exactly that.
'Cause if you have a Christmas dinner every fucking weekend, on Christmas Day when you're hungover, the last thing you will want is the same scran that you have every fucking weekend when you're hungover.
Yeah, and it just becomes like another Sunday then. And then if you have like that, it's the same with like pigs in blankets. The only reason they're so good is because they are good, but you never fucking have them the rest of the year. I don't know why, which is
Pigs in blankets is one of the very few food items that I could consider to be hard currency. If society ever collapses, I would theoretically think about using pigs in blankets as money.
yeah. I mean they are fantastic.
They are that valuable too.
Yeah, and vegan.
Yeah. And I can get on board with that because
We might have a vegan Christmas this year.
do you want to get into that?
No, but what I will say is, if we do, I'll be having my own separate Christmas dinner.
Yeah, you and fucking Poppy will be.
I'll just get to Carvery.
That's good,
Yeah.
isn't it?
No, I will.
Feel like with you and the other fucking lonely alcoholic piss cans at Toby Carvery.
Yeah, get to Pogues with Adam Rowe.
Yeah, so you're that fuming. You've driven to Liverpool and gone to Pogues for a Guinness.
I don't like. Anyway, moving on.
Right, let's get into the actual festivities now that we've discussed our kind of usual Christmas setup. Now that you've got an idea for what our Christmas looks like, I'm sure we'll discuss the Nether Zone later on, actually, because that needs its own airtime.
That does need its own airtime.
People overlook the Nether Zone.
Yeah, they do, and we might have a busy Nether Zone, in fairness, because that's kind of the last week before we.
Yeah, before we go to Texas. Have we
bimble.
told people we're going to Texas?
Not officially. You wanted to make it official.
Right, well, what better time than on the Christmas
Fantastic,
special
yeah,
than to announce that we're spending the first part of 2024 living in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, as all great podcasters have to do, at some point you have to move to Austin, Texas.
To pay pilgrimage to the mighty Lord and Saviours of Joe Rogan and Chris Williamson.
Exactly. It's almost like a pilgrimage.
It is a pilgrimage. I mean, I said we were missionaries earlier. We are going to the Holy Land.
Yeah, literally. So we're spending 6 weeks in the start of 2024 in Austin, basically just to, one, change up our environment, two, fucking workshop on both business and podcast sort of stuff, and sort of network around Texas, because we've both never been.
Be class.
So it's going to be sick.
So yeah, so Christmas
fucking excited for that.
theoretically could be quite a busy period for us because we'll be saying a lot of goodbyes to people.
Yeah.
And inevitably it will turn into an excuse to drink.
A fair amount of them as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, we have shifted this year in our like viewpoint in drinking. So it's always a good idea in the moment, isn't it? But then as soon as we do it and then we get a bit hungover, we're probably out of the loop. So it'd be interesting to see how amenable we are to drinking this year, because we've defo changed our view on it, and the marathon was a catalyst for that, I think.
It is, but what I will say is that I think we've kind of condemned Birmingham as a night out now. But Christmas doesn't necessarily involve going to Birmingham. It involves like going to your local and a lot of drinking in Bar X.
I can get on board with that.
Get on board with. So like, I'm thinking more Wetherspoons afters at Bar X.
Okay, I like that.
Which I can get on board with because A, we have control over the fucking tunes.
Yes, true.
And B, we can decide who fucking comes back
and who stays.
And it. Right.
And who
I didn't mean it in a predatory way, but
not predatory. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Ultimately,
okay. Who doesn't stay?
Yeah, that's you worded it better there. We're judge, jury, and executioner. So you've got to be on your best behaviour with us in Wetherspoons.
If you want to be executed.
I do like doing this actually, so I don't want to give away my tricks. But like, what you do if you are, committed to having afters, is you plant the seed early because then people treat you very differently throughout the night.
Oh yeah, they do.
Because you become the golden goose then, and everyone wants an invite back to Big Rex's.
Big Rexes, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, well, the good thing is I can treat it like shit because I've always got an invite.
Yeah, that's
I'm half
good,
the podcast.
That's what you think.
Yeah, true. We'll film a piss podcast at some point. I'm sure.
That will definitely happen in Texas, I would have thought.
Yeah,
There'll
true.
be some...
And we've got a third member of the team who's probably going to make a few appearances, but we won't. Should we? No.
We won't announce that. There's too many exclusives going out here. We've got to drip feed it to the bottom feeders.
Right, where are we going from here, lad?
Next.
Santa.
Let's do our top 3 Christmas films.
Okay, deal.
Top 3 Christmas films. Have you drawn up your list?
I have.
Perfect.
I have.
He's done some prep. That's a good sign.
Did this literally 10 minutes ago.
So, should we take it in turns and we'll start at 3 and work our way up to 1? You reckon?
Yeah, I will caveat this by saying one of them is technically not a film, but you're gonna let me have it, I think.
Right, okay, that's fine. Yeah, because I'll be honest, my favourite Christmas kind of media content isn't a film either. But we'll talk about TV episodes and specials.
Well, that's
afterwards.
Yeah. I've only because I didn't know we were going to talk about them. I've worked it in.
Right, okay,
right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me is Home Alone.
Okay, good, solid.
Solid.
That's
I just played
solid,
it safe for number 3.
Yeah, that's
didn't want anything too controversial to go out there.
That's like a John Terry at centre back. That is.
It is. Yeah. He's dependable. You know what you're getting.
Exactly. He's
delivers every time. Solid kind of 7, 8 out of 10 every game.
Exactly that. Yeah, nice and consistent. That I like it. Yeah, Home Alone's a good film. Again, it's one of those you just watch when you like. So the Christmas films are kind of a weird spectrum, aren't they? Because there's ones that are, let's face it, pretty shit films.
Yeah.
On the whole, like if you looked at them in individuality, but because you watch them when you're a kid and you have that association with Christmas, they're good. And so there's that, which I think probably falls into that category.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bad film, but it's not amazing.
You never know, but like if I watched it now without kind of the nostalgia attached to it, would I think it's shit? Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's not the most realistic film, is it? Because let's be honest, they probably would have shot him and then molested him in real life.
That's a Criminal Minds episode.
Yeah,
that you're after there.
It's all too kind of naive.
that's their Christmas special.
It's all a bit naive and ignorant, isn't it? Really, because
that's what you want when you're a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know what's great about Christmas Day? Actually, we were throwing shade on Christmas Day. Is the fact when you like fill yourself up to a certain extent where you can't fucking cram any more turkey in your gob, right? And you park yourself on the sofa, rotting, and you put on the TV, and there's like a plethora of just like these kind of films where they're like old, nostalgic, sick films, and that's one of the best bits. What was I thinking about then? I was thinking about a specific film. It's the one with I can't remember the name. It's the one with the young kid and the fucking little mouse thing. What am I thinking of? You know, it'll come to me. Don't worry.
Ratatouille.
No, it's old. It's old.
Rat Trap.
Little Stuart, is that right?
Stuart Little.
That's
Little Stuart. The Wish remake. Little Stuart.
Little Stuart.
Fucking rat. Couldn't afford a mouse.
The porn remake.
It's a fucking a bloke trying to bag off a mouse with his micro penis.
He calls his cock Little Stuart. We've made that cute film so sinister. Anyway, my number 3.
Yeah, back to the podcast.
Is The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yes. Right, I'm glad you've said this. It is a film, I think.
Is it not?
Yeah.
So what's the... I think it is.
The Muppets. Yeah, that's what I mean. It is a film.
Yeah.
Because The Muppets is a TV show.
True.
But then they made so they did like the Muppets...
They made a feature-length film.
Yeah, they did like the Muppets Treasure Island. They did like a Muppets Christmas Carol. Is this the one with Michael Caine in?
I believe
Plays
so.
Scrooge, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's class.
It's sick. That one, to be fair, the original Christmas Carol is good as well. I just like the Muppets one because it's a bit more levity involved.
Yeah, it's a bit more light-hearted.
Exactly
Because
that.
Charles Dickens is actually quite a morbid bloke.
Yeah, true.
So if you watch a real kind of accurate portrayal of Christmas Carol, it's all a bit...
It is all a bit
It's not
dreary.
really-
You don't want that at Christmas.
It's not
do you?
really exactly. You want Muppets, who are,
Yeah.
inevitably more upbeat.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? So yeah, the Muppets Christmas Carol is mine. I think it's a great film, and it's one of those that it's again I think if I watched it now, having not watched it, I would like it though.
Yeah.
I think that one. Is it a musical? No, am I fucking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it for
There's
ages.
definitely songs.
Yeah.
There's always songs in the Muppets.
That's it. So because it's a little bit songy, I like musicals. They're good. So I
Good.
probably like that now. I think
ADHD friendly, isn't it, a musical?
exactly. Yeah.
Because there's
You're
never
always-
too
you
much
never-
talking.
You never know what's going to happen. Are they going to talk? Are they going to sing? You never know. And then I think the other thing is it's again that sort of nostalgic thing where you used to watch it at school just before you left.
Yeah.
You know, just in that last week where it's film week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get on to that. That's
Yeah.
another childhood memory unlocked there. Right, my number 2 is Love Actually.
Nice. Okay.
Have you
cool.
seen Love
I
Actually?
have seen it. Yeah.
I love Love Actually.
I have seen it. However, I'll caveat this because I saw it with a certain individual, and my memory of that certain individual is not fantastic. So it tars it with the mad brush a little.
You've tarred the Love Actually with a mad brush. That's a shame because it's great.
I probably if I rewatched it, I probably
It's
wouldn't.
I love a rom-com.
Yeah,
which
I
you
do-
wouldn't-
I can
you
get on
wouldn't-
board. Yeah,
You wouldn't really think that looking at me, given
how
how
alpha you are, you know.
given how much of a-
dressed as Santa in his bar. That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
I love a rom-com. I think my romanticizer, going back to our dating episode, buys into rom-coms quite a lot.
I agree. Mine definitely does. What's your favourite rom-com? Never thought I'd ask that on this podcast.
Love Actually's up there. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's really
exactly what I was thinking of.
that
That
is
one.
such a good rom-com.
It's a
And obviously,
great
you know
film.
Russell
It's a great
Brand's
film.
now been again tarred with the sexual assault brush, as has everyone.
Yeah,
my-
but I
my
mean,
char-
back then,
My charges are pending. But back then,
keep dressing like that.
but
They
back
won't
then,
be.
before he'd been outed as a pest, that was good to go.
It was good
Can
to
you
go.
is it still politically acceptable to watch Forgetting Sarah
You
Marshall?
know what?
now?
This is mad because this was completely unrelated. I was listening to a random Andrew Schultz and Joe Rogan episode yesterday, and it was like I put a 15 minutes of it on before I could sleep. That's how I could sleep, and they were talking about in this 15-minute segment whether basically artists that have been cancelled, can you still enjoy their art? So like, does their art have to be of a certain level? So like Michael Jackson, for example, his fucking songs are sick, right?
Yeah.
And so are they immediately unworkable because he's a fucking nonce?
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because ultimately, Jimmy Savile was a great broadcaster. Can we no longer appreciate his camera
This is it.
presence?
No, that is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many of those examples, and this is what Andrew Schultz was saying, and this is a kind of frame that is kind of interesting. He was like, if we found out whoever invented fucking algebra was a sex pest,
Probably
the
was
worst,
in those days.
the worst of the worst ever, right? Would people stop using algebra?
Can only hope.
Well,
Can
I mean,
someone
yeah,
do
you
some
know what I
digging
mean?
around that, actually?
Yeah,
that could be
can
quite
someone-
useful.
Yeah, for future generations of school. No, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of
Kanye is a good contemporary example of the kind of
True.
that argument, isn't he? Because he's
you can't listen to that. Well,
he's lost his head now, basically.
oh
hasn't
yeah, he has fully
But
lost
some
his
of
head.
his tunes, like his early stuff, is class.
Yeah, it's fantastic. See, and you can't argue with that. That's what I think. I think my personal opinion is that if you enjoy it and you have a memory tied to it, then fucking enjoy it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna still enjoy Forgetting Sarah Marshall because he's playing a character there. He's not
Yeah.
playing Russell Brand.
True.
He's playing
Um,
another horny bloke who's in a band.
He doesn't have a great range, does he? What was the one that's Adam Sandler and he has amnesia every day? What's that one?
Oh,
51st Days?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one.
that's
That's
it.
a good
That's a
one.
good
I've
one, to
seen
be
all
fair.
of them fucking loads. They're all
Yeah,
great.
that is a good one. My number 2 is the aforementioned Christmas special of Family Guy. It's the Family Guy Christmas special. They do fucking loads of them.
I was gonna say I can't even. Which one are you on about? I couldn't picture which specific one.
So I'm talking about the one where they go and they have to find Santa Claus. So Brian and Stu. It's all. I love the episodes in Family Guy where Brian and Stewie cut away and they're
There's an
doing
episode in each series, but I forgot what it's called. They have a special. It's like Road to something. Isn't
Road
it?
to. That's it. Yes, it's like Road to the North Pole, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, or something like that. So it's that episode, and they basically go and find Santa because Christmas is going to shit. And then again, fucking got music in it.
I remember this
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's quite sinister, isn't
It
it?
is a little bit sinister.
Yeah.
It finishes it with like an elf, fucking shooting himself or something. But it's great.
Yeah, because all the elves are it's
It's the whole
premise is that like Santa's actually running like a slave,
like a sweatshop.
yeah, like a sweatshop, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
Christmas happens. So it's like that is good actually. I
Yeah,
forgot about
it's a
that.
good episode. Yeah.
Technically, I guess it's a feature film.
I guess so. Yeah, because it's I don't know, maybe.
But yeah, good shout. Bit left field. Right, number one. This will split opinion, but it is a Christmas film. Die Hard.
Right. Someone put this in the fucking.
It is
thing.
because
Is it though?
It's set on Christmas Eve.
Does that make it a Christmas film? So, again, I don't know because it is the fact that it spans Christmas. Does that make it a Christmas film in itself, or does it have to actually have Christmas theme? Does Christmas have to be the fucking like main effort?
But if you actually unpick the narrative, it is all about Christmas because the whole point is he's come back home to see his wife and his kids for Christmas, hasn't he? Because he's flown in, he hates flying. He's been dragged to this shit Christmas works party, and it's been taken over by German terrorists.
I'll let you off then.
I mean, it's relatable. We've all been there.
We have all been there. Yeah. I mean,
when you have to single-handedly take on a terrorist organisation.
I was only going to tell you about 2 Christmases ago when that happened to me. Fucking mad year. But but yeah, so I'll give you that. I think. So I was gonna, as I'm sure you can imagine, I was gonna put Harry Potter for this exact reason. Because they always span Christmas, and they're always on at Christmas.
Which one is the most Christmassy, though?
I don't know.
4? Which one's the one where they have the ball, and then...
4.
Is it?
Yeah. The Yule Ball. So they'll...
the one that Jarvis Cocker does like a cameo in.
Yeah.
He's like in the band that's playing, isn't
he? Who's the band? There's an actual... Is it Radiohead? It's Radiohead, isn't it?
A Radiohead in it as well.
Yeah, I think they're in it, yeah. So I was going to put one of the Harry Potter films because I think, but again, because Christmas isn't the main thing, is it? It's like a part of the film. But I think you can have Die Hard. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it is a Christmas film, and it's a good Christmas film. And technically, Die Hard number 2 is a Christmas film as well. And there's snow in that one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And even more bloodshed.
So, even more so, if anything, with bloodshed. Okay, so my number 1. Ready for this? Is a very vanilla opinion.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'm sure you.
True
Colours
coming out now. Can I guess it?
Yeah.
It's Elf.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's Elf.
you love Elf.
Elf's great. Christmas isn't Christmas until I've watched Elf.
Have you watched Elf yet?
No, not yet.
Ooh.
After this, I'll watch
Festivities.
it.
You're gonna watch it on the plane later.
Yeah, exactly.
As he goes to sunny Spain.
Well, you got to spend your Christmas how you want. Yeah, I love Elf. I think
That's quite a.
It's Will Ferrell. You can't fucking go wrong.
It is quite a popular one, isn't it? A lot
Yeah.
of people's favourite Christmas film's Elf.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't think I've seen it enough.
Have you not?
No,
I
I haven't
definitely
seen it
have.
recently.
Well,
I probably need to watch it again to give it.
give it a full review.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty basic storyline. You probably wouldn't need to watch it many more times than once. But it's again because I watched it fucking every Christmas, and it's that kind of association I have with it, which is why I like it. But yeah, it's good. That's
Yeah.
my one. What's your number 1?
I've done one, haven't I? We've done it now.
Oh, we've done it now.
Yeah.
I thought you were on
There
number
you
2
go.
for some reason.
Our comprehensive
That's it.
top 3 Christmas films. Let us know what your top Christmas film is.
Yeah.
I'll probably disagree because I'm right. So
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't say that because Elf's the best. I mean, if you pick something like Polar Express or something like that, well, that's like
what's
Russell Brand
What's that
behaviour.
really fucking old one? Right, that always
taking
comes.
himself.
Oh, he's
It's,
wrapped on the hat.
It's fucking itchy.
Is it? Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Mine's quite comfy.
That's all right.
What's that really old film with? I'm talking like came out in the 50s. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. That always tops like the best Christmas film ever. And I don't want. That is a conspiracy. That is because it's got to be shit.
I've never seen it.
This is the same thing, So I did film studies A level, and I can't get on board with Alfred Hitchcock. You know how people say like all these old films are amazing.
They're not.
They're shit.
Objectively.
Like yes, at the time when they came out, they were groundbreaking.
Yeah, but you can't use that anymore
That
as a
doesn't-
frame.
Exactly.
It doesn't
'cause-
hold the stand. It doesn't stand the test of time, does it? Because you can't say, the best car is still the car that was the best in the 1950s, can you? Because it isn't.
For those fucking shit ones that had like bicycle wheels.
Yeah,
You can't say that's the best fucking car of all time because
Yeah.
it's shit.
exactly.
You could walk faster than it.
And so, for the same logic, you can't do that with films either. Because now they have more production, they have a bigger budget, a deeper pocket, and better cast.
So I don't get on board. So like, if you Google like best Christmas films of all time, I guarantee you that It's a Wonderful Life will be like either 1, 2, or 3, and it's bollocks. And I haven't watched it, so technically speaking out of turn, but I stand by my point. I don't need to watch it. I have that much faith in my own opinion.
That's good, isn't it?
I've not done the
Well,
relevant research,
conviction.
but I have got the conviction.
Conviction goes a long way, to be honest. Yeah, I can get on board with that. I've never seen it either, and it's probably shit.
So moving on slightly, let's now discuss Christmas specials a bit. 'Cause we haven't
Okay.
It's not got its own top 3 section, but we can
riff on it a little bit.
riff on it. So I've written down 4 that spring to mind.
Okay, let's go through them.
Okay, this is the first one's very on brand, and I reckon this may be the best Christmas special. I'm putting a lot on the line here. Knowing Me, Knowing Yule, with Alan Partridge.
That's great.
It's a bit niche. It's not that well known, but it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that is good. I can't argue with that.
I won't ruin it, but all I'll say is at the end he sets a dialysis machine on fire.
How Christmassy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that's
I'm not gonna tell you how he gets to that point, but I'm just gonna leave you
that's
with
for
that.
you to find out.
That is for you to find out, but it is fucking funny.
Yeah, that is great.
It's like ultimate like cringe TV.
Well, that's it. That's him in
And
a
I
nutshell,
love
isn't
that.
it? That's him in a nutshell.
And you know that Alan Partridge is very much a friend of the podcast, so we can always get on
Imagine
board.
if we could get Steve Coogan on.
He wouldn't waste his time on bottom feeders like us, lad. He's a comic genius,
Yeah.
and we're scum.
Well, you might respect the front.
Yeah, well, it's worth a shot. Inevitably, we'll probably message. He hasn't got social media though.
Has he not?
No,
He must have.
he hasn't.
How the fuck do you reach
'Cause he-
these people?
Because he's too
He's too enlightened.
He's too enlightened and fucking avant-garde, isn't he, for social media?
Him and Rory Sutherland would get on like a house on fire, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next one.
So Blackadder's Christmas Carol,
Oh yeah, fantastic.
another great riff on the classic Christmas Carol story.
Fantastic. Yeah. Any Blackadder, anything.
Yeah,
He's,
get behind that. If you haven't watched Blackadder, go and watch it because it's one of the great British sitcoms.
Especially Goes Forth because that is fucking inspired, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's one of the best pieces of TV.
that's one of the best sitcom series of all. I mean, Blackadder itself is great as like a program, but as an individual series, Blackadder Goes
So
Forth.
good. I must have watched that so many times.
Yeah, he's so good. Vicar of Dibley, and this brings us back to kind of school memories.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah,
it's
that's a stalwart of
it's a
Mrs.
classic.
Turner.
yeah, Mrs. Turner and Mr. Biggs. There you go, shout out. So
But they never thought they were going to shout out on our podcast.
yeah, I'd
did
love it if they watched. Yeah, so every Christmas and music, instead of actually learning like carols or something, which you would have thought we'd do.
they? Yeah.
I've never even thought of that before. That's like the
Or
one.
at least watching a musical.
It's the one lesson where like you could actually like make it Christmassy,
Yeah.
and it
Well,
wasn't.
they just rapped.
They just rapped and put the Vicar of Dibley on for us, which like, at the time I wasn't complaining about
I'm still not complaining.
because I fucking hated Christmas. I mean, not hated Christmas, fucking hated music.
Yeah. I hated... Well, my hatred for music was exemplified one year, wasn't it?
Well, you got put on Music Report.
Yeah. So this was actually a great observation from the teacher, it would turn out. So I got put on Music Report. So our music teacher also doubled as our like head of year or whatever, and she'd seen an attitude in me that she wasn't happy with.
This is right. So we need to unpack this. This isn't very Christmassy, but it does need its airtime. You basically got put on a behaviour report because you were bad at a subject.
No. Well, supposedly...
I think the fact that you were bad at the subject fed into your attitude towards it in lessons. But ultimately, you weren't naughty.
No, I wasn't, but I was apparently... I was a bit apathetic towards it. I think that was why.
She just buttered because that's her subject.
No, literally, yeah. So I got put on a report, and literally this was the line on the report was, He's so laid back, he could be horizontal. That was the fucking tagline.
If ever there was a line to summarise you as a person,
Well, exactly. She fucking had it down to a T.
there was
great.
a biopic about your life. That would be like
The name.
that
of it.
would be the
Yeah,
tagline.
Yeah. But again, I mean, we can all be fucking stress eaters, mate. You know what I mean? Fucking
Should have said that to her. I reckon she would have rescinded the report.
just because I fucking basically didn't give a shit about fucking music.
Yeah.
She was getting type 2 diabetes trying to fucking teach people that didn't care about it.
that was bollocks actually, because no one cared about music, right? And you'd actually get so in any other subject, if you weren't very good, right, it would be accepted that you weren't great at it.
Yeah, it would be an ability thing, but for some
But
reason,
for some
of the creative subjects, that individual teacher just couldn't take the fact that you weren't good at it, and they always amounted it to, okay, well, you're not trying.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing with creative things sometimes, because it comes so easily to them, they think, well, there's fucking no way that he's that bad at it.
Yeah. That's the great irony of it, isn't it? Because it's not even like kind of maths or English, which can be taught to an extent. I know obviously like some people are more naturally gifted at it than others, but ultimately if you turn up and you do the work, you'll probably get better at it.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily transfer to creative subjects like music or art.
Yeah.
You can fucking spend hours on end trying to get better at playing the keyboard. If you're not musically inclined, you could have
You'll still be pretty shit.
you can still be pretty shit. She failed to understand that.
Yeah, and you know where the best exemplification of that is? Spotify. Because it's no shock, right, that it's pretty difficult to get a #1 hit.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty naturally fucking decent if you're going to be Ed Sheeran, right? If I try and be Ed Sheeran, no one's going to listen because I'm not fucking musical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
I'm hoping that does me in good stead in America, actually. I was thinking about this the other day.
what, the fact you're musical?
No. The fact that I'm ginger and Ed Sheeran's a big hit in America.
Ah, okay,
I've got the
fair
Prince Harry thing going on as well.
Yeah, hopefully they watch Peaky Blinders.
Might riff on that a bit. Yeah, and we got Peaky Blinders as well. So I'm covering. I've got a good trifecta going my way.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, well.
I mean, inevitably it won't. And
Well,
it's
the thing is,
just my American fever dream.
you've still got to talk to these American birds.
Yeah, I'm still working on the fucking telepathy.
What might play in our favour is the fact that Americans are a lot more brash than us.
I'm hoping so.
So they might, make
Yeah.
the first move. They might do a bit of lead gen themselves.
Yeah, the rules of engagement might be different in America.
Yeah, it's not quite card alpha in America.
I can only hope because otherwise I will struggle again.
Yeah, again. There was a time. There was a time when you were prolific.
Yeah, well, we did unpack my trauma in the dating episode.
No, we
Maybe
did.
I-
But
maybe
it
I
was,
need therapy.
it was like in that interim period. You were loose.
Yeah, when
Which time? So
there've been many.
so when it was like you and Joe. I think this was a Christmas.
Yeah,
Like,
I
when
know
you were
what you
fucking
mean,
mental for one
yeah,
Christmas.
Yeah, I was.
You were
almost,
pretty fucking
that was-
prolific
that
at
was
that point.
dangerous.
So I remember you fucking prospecting a lot of leads.
I'm just
times have
prolific, let's put it-
changed. Times have
basically, My
changed.
standards are so high. A dry period for me is kind of like 3 or 4 snatches a day.
He's talking about the Olympic lift.
Certainly can't do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Next.
one more kind of honourable mention for Christmas specials before we move on. Peep Show seasonal beatings.
That's fantastic. That is.
That's a bit niche, but it's a great episode.
Yeah. Well, it's on Netflix, so go and watch it.
Go and
'cause
watch it.
it's
You know the one where
great.
he fucking shreds his roast dinner
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Well, again, we won't ruin it, but it's ultimate cringe television basically.
Yeah. Well, and we like that on this
Yeah,
podcast.
I mean,
as
if you
found out.
haven't seen the episode, you will have seen the no turkey meme on the internet at some point.
Yeah, that's
It's a staple.
It's a
isn't it?
staple moment, that isn't it?
Right. Okay. So moving on slightly, let's now do some Christmas would you rather's.
Okay, so you sent these in.
So if this is shit,
I've not read these yet.
If this is shit, take a long hard look in the mirror and fucking engage with the podcast better.
Because a lot of them were shit. I'll tell you that. Because we picked how many?
4.
And there was a lot of responses. So, effectively, next time, do better.
Yeah. So if you haven't been included, then
Yeah, there's a bit of a writing on the wall there.
yeah.
Because we asked for would you rathers, and some of you gave us like fucking
It's
loads of random shit.
laying into your audience. This needs to happen though,
We've got to set
because
you right.
we've got to set the right tone. Because otherwise, you get
Refresh.
standards. Yeah, standards get lowered, and before you know, you're letting anyone
It's a
in.
high standard for this podcast. Anyway, go on.
Right, okay. Would you rather eat a chocolate-covered sprout or a chocolate-covered cockle? So this is obviously in reference to our last episode where we interviewed Mike Chadwick and Gary McNamara. If you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it after this. It's a very different tone, but
We can do it all. We do it all.
there's no child sex abuse in it, but it is still worth a listen.
Yeah, and so to go straight into this, having never tried a cockle,
Yeah,
I'm going to play it safe.
same.
Do I think a chocolate covered sprout wouldn't be that bad?
I don't even mind sprouts.
I don't like sprouts.
I'm going to put it out there. Do you put vinegar on sprouts?
No.
That's the key.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, because you can only taste vinegar.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like anything pickled. But like sprouts are really good for you. Incredibly nutrient dense. There you go.
Of course you like
there's our little there's our little sprinkling of PT for this episode. We've covered fitness.
Done now,
We've
yeah.
covered fitness now. Sprouts are good for you.
Finished.
So if you put a bit of vinegar on them, they're actually tolerable.
You can't put vinegar and chocolate on this. Where are you going?
No, that's what I mean. So what I'm saying is, I think chocolate could play the part of vinegar in this instance.
Okay. It's a lot less of a strong taste, let's face it. But
Dark chocolate maybe, because it's a bit bitter.
yeah, okay. Yeah, but what you're doing here is what I do with sriracha sauce, and you're just covering something that tastes like shit in something that masks the taste.
Yeah, but thing is, cockles inevitably, because they've come from the sea, will be salty,
They'll be salty,
and they'll have a horrible consistency.
but also they'll be quite a pungent taste, I would
Yeah.
imagine. They're also covered in vinegar. Fun fact.
Again, that's why they have to pickle them, because they're gopping.
Yeah, well, exactly. Again, we're not from the north, so we haven't tried cockles.
Isn't it like an East End thing, like
don't
cockles
know.
and mussels and all that? All didn't Cockneys used to eat them?
Cockles and mussels.
And what jellied eels? That's what Cockneys eat, or like historically, that's what they ate, because they'd catch it on the Thames,
Okay.
gopping. There's a reason why Cockneys don't eat it anymore.
Yeah, because it's
They eat fry-ups.
that's Scottish people.
It's cholesterol.
Yeah. They eat pastries from Gales nowadays. Londoners. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's a pretty obvious one. I mean, only because we're playing it a little bit safe. I think a chocolate covered sprout has got to be the answer. And you going dark chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the best way to do sprouts, if you're wondering, is to get him on a little fucking little baking tray. I'm a bit of a chef in my, chef in my spare time.
He's caveated this by already admitting that he doesn't like sprouts. So
No, but I do like them when they're done like this.
right, yeah, you should have said that.
Okay, fair.
Cook them like this and then put chocolate on them.
That'd be good. That'd be decent.
So what are you doing? You're baking them.
Essentially, yeah. So again, it's like 45 minutes to an hour. You got to bake them for medium heat.
In what?
So you got to bake like effectively like a fuck ton of salt and olive oil all over them. And you get them in a mixing bowl first. Put olive oil and salt in them. Mix them all up so they're all saturated. And then when you bake them, obviously they become a little bit crispy because they're covered in oil.
Ooh.
Sensational. So that's the way you do it. But that's the way I most like to do it. So, Dad, if you're listening, fucking do that on Christmas Day. He won't do that because
Yeah.
he likes his conventional way of doing things.
Going back to the Cockney thing for a second. This is off topic.
Cockney.
This is
Yeah.
off topic. Apparently, Cockney as an accent is going to die out in a few generations.
Why?
Because that that generic like southern accent is taking over everywhere now.
Neutral.
Like regional accents are dying out.
Are they?
Yeah. So it could actually, how people get abused for having regional accents, could actually become a sought after thing. And then I can see this coming full circle, and posh people will then adopt regional accents because it will be seen as like an attractive thing.
Yeah, true. Well, I think already, to be honest, I think there's some. It depends where you're from and what your kind of background is, but I think there's something already that can be said for like particular like, northern accents or whatever becoming a little bit sought after or being, because if you're like it's context specific, isn't it? If you're a comedian, sometimes a Scottish accent, fucking the material writes itself. Like a Scouse accent, same thing. A Mancunian accent can like comfort you quite well.
Yeah.
Brummie accent's always shit.
Thinking about it now, I think the Cockney thing, right, is that because London is now such a multicultural city, Cockneys can't actually afford to live in their own city anymore, so they're dying out.
Yeah, that's probably more like
So that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're all living like Folkestone and...
Yeah, they've actually basically had to move out of the East End because they can't afford to live there anymore.
That's definitely what's
I
happening.
think that's what's happening.
100%.
Yeah, there you go, Nigel Farage. Free fucking racist policy for you there. Bring back the East End for East Enders.
Yeah.
And smoking in pubs.
And cancel the fucking show because it's shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, next. What we do next?
Yeah, so so we agreed basically Sprouts because I don't want to risk a cockle.
Yeah. Having not tried one, covering one in chocolate, I don't think is the way to go.
Chocolate cock, yes. Chocolate cockle, no. As a general rule.
As a general rule of the podcast.
Would you rather put your stuffing in a turkey or let Santa empty his sack on you? I think this is an innuendo.
Yeah, so should we call it what it is?
Yeah.
We'd like to bag a turkey off.
I haven't specified whether the turkey's alive or dead. That could be a game changer.
Right. No, I still think it's pretty...
Realistically, I don't want Santa Claus to spaff on me. Or in an ideal
Can we
world.
get Mrs. Claus involved?
It doesn't specify now,
okay.
so I think actually we're taking a bit of a leap there.
Yeah, a leap of faith.
I'll be willing if the turkey's dead. As in if it's shop ready, not as if it's just like a carcass.
Imagine having to thumb in a softie in a turkey then. Shop ready.
Cold as well. Fresh out the fridge.
Immediately fucking soften things up, that would, wouldn't it?
Disintegrate on impact.
It would, imagine. Imagine getting yourself all G'd up. Ready for a nice moist entrance.
For a rap with a certain individual. And then she presents a shop ready turkey before your eyes. It's got to be the turkey. You can't have.
No, you can't
have an old man ejaculating on your face. That's gopping.
How much has he got left in him?
He's
about fucking 400 years old.
That is a very good point, actually. We can call Santa's bluff here. Because he could, theoretically, unload over you, but nothing actually leaves the hose.
He's firing blanks.
See, you didn't think about that.
Yeah,
is that a risk you're willing to take?
And also, it still involves you staring down the barrel of a gun.
You're still on yeah, that is so true. And with your extensive firearms training, you know never to look down the barrel of the gun.
Yeah, you never want to get muzzled.
If you take anything from this podcast, take that. There you go.
Yeah.
Sprouts are good for you. Don't get muzzled.
Yeah. So, I think option number one, but I might need a Viagra.
Well, that's all right, I can sort you out then.
Yeah.
Number 3. And 3. Would you rather suck Santa's cock or get pegged by Mrs. Claus? There's a recurring theme here now.
Is this the same person?
Yeah, he's just a pest. No, it's not. He's a different person.
Very sexually minded, Alison. So, okay, let's break this one down. So it's related to the last one. So you've got to...
Either way, it involves taking a shaft in an orifice.
Yeah. How gay is pegging?
I get this is a whole kind of ethic. You'll do a podcast on the ethics of pegging.
Let's get into it. The ethics of pegging.
In this context, a forced pegging, I think, mitigating circumstances could be perceived as not gay.
You just stop that there.
Yeah, you get Jamie Carragher. If we just stop that there,
get VAR on that pegging.
if we just stop that, he seems smiling there.
We just zoom in on that there.
It's a Gary Neville moan. Ooh, ooh, he's come there.
That really annoys you, mate. Ooh.
Yeah, when he puts it in. Ooh.
Slides it in. Yeah, so
he could be off it.
This is a zero-sum game.
There's no winners or losers with number 3. Everyone's a loser.
You've got to choose. So, basically, if you're sucking a cock, you're dead. No, you're not dead.
What? Fucking hell, your podcast's going to get cancelled. You fucking dirty bastard. They're not right.
Fucking... You're gay, is what I was going to say.
Yeah, fucking hell. It's a dangerous Freudian slip there from you. If you're gay, you're dead. You're dead to me.
Fucking Bernie Sanders. So
Yeah, I see. So
Yeah.
because you can't kind of like
You
you're
can't-
all in, aren't you?
you can't wiggle out of that. You're always going to be gay if you've intaken a certain amount of inches. You know,
I think maybe we
Phallic
need to
inches.
maybe we need to kind of like untangle the stigma around the male anus
well,
and pegging.
fundamentally, that is where your G spot is.
How fit is Mrs. Claus? This is really the decider, isn't it?
This is the other thing. So
Because if she's
Is
as
there
fit
a-
as certain individuals, then they can do anything to me.
this is it. So is there a threshold of fit where pegging now becomes okay?
Yeah, I think so. There has to be.
Mom, if you're watching, please turn the podcast off. So, do you think there is? Is that a thing? Yeah.
That I can name certain individuals right now who are in your Instagram DMs who you would let do anything to you. And we know who they are.
Yeah.
We don't realistically, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to see them, but hypothetically.
Hypothetically, I don't know. This is because I mean,
It's quite the quandary, this.
but imagine how
I can imagine...
how
like,
emasculated you'd be in that position.
you could get in the fetal position. I mean, that's still emasculated.
Turtle position for
Yeah, so like when you get a colonoscopy, they put you in the fetal. Not that I've had a colonoscopy, but I just know. Like you're not on all fours.
what goes on in there?
You know when they put a camera up your bum.
No,
like,
no,
to-
yeah. But what's happening there? Are you fucking just like?
I don't know. I think like when you.
Or what?
No, I
Oh,
think.
you know, you go off to the side.
Yeah, you're off to. That's what I mean.
That's what you do when you get a little.
Like fetal position. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you don't technically have to be on all fours,
Okay.
which makes it slightly less emasculating.
Well, then you just little spoon and something's. Oh,
What's that? Too late.
ooh, yeah.
I think we can safely say that your first pegging experience is going to be unpleasant, no matter who's kind of putting the pressure on. You know,
Yeah.
it could be Margot Robbie.
No, I don't know. I mean, that's gonna be. It depends what the kind of, what the substitute is here. What's the value exchange?
What do you mean?
I mean, is there a give and take involved? Are we taking to a?
Oh, right, okay. It's kind of a you scratch my back,
Yeah,
I
I peg you.
scran you. Scranley,
Yeah, maybe it's a
friend
bit
of
of
the pod.
maybe it's a bit of a scrambly. So, I think there's only one right answer to this, and we're beating around the bush, proverbially. But
Well, the thing is, in the last one, we said ultimately you can't get muzzled.
true.
And sucking a cock is again.
You're in the firing line.
You are in the
You're
firing line.
downrange.
So we can't go back on what we've said now.
You are downrange. So I think fetal position, loads of lube, get it on,
Job's a good one.
get it in, and hopefully she's fit. We don't know about Mrs. Claus, but if Santa's got anything about him,
Don't you think it's weird that like when Mrs. Claus portrayed, right? So obviously Santa's an old bloke, but Mrs. Claus is always quite like promiscuous and young. If you actually unpack that, that's a bit rank, innit?
bit dodgy that, innit? He's going to be on a list with Russell Brand soon.
Mate, Russell Brand soon,
Yeah.
and Jimmy Savile. A lot of people have got
Santa will be getting cancelled, and you'll be getting clipped up dressed as him. That'd be good.
Yeah,
Talking about pegging.
that's good. Can't wait to clip that up. And
not
again,
being
anyone
clipped.
that would like online coaching in the new year, please get in contact. You know, the link will be in the description. We do more than just pegging advice. We can get you in good shape, I promise. Number 4, it's Christmas. Would you rather exclusively eat junk food and be able to train forever, or exclusively eat whole foods and never be able to train again for the rest of your life?
So I've been doing the first one for about 25 years.
That is true.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think as you get older, that will become extremely jarring.
So if we're literally doing junk food, strict junk food, I don't think that's sustainable. So like as we learnt at the weekend, everyone that's tried to do the McDonald's diet after about a month
Has ended up in hospital.
has ended up in hospital, and in no uncertain terms been told that if you carry on doing this, you will die.
Yeah. So how junk food are we going? Because I was pretty bad for a long time. My teenage years were pretty.
You were still eating whole foods in and around that.
No, I was, yeah, true. I was getting nutrition
Exclusively junk food. So if you go like, so it's not even ultra processed food. Like junk food is like takeaways, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd feel fucking horrendous.
You would-
Imagine as well. So you're training, so you're stressing the body. You're then unable to recover, and your inflammation is going through the roof because you're fucking smashing loads of junk food. So ideally, if you could like, oh mate, never train again, be terrible. But like, if you could like walk or do,
I think we have. Yeah, if we set some parameters, like if you can still walk,
or like,
because you can't be immobile
Snowdon or something.
Yeah,
you know, like you could do shit like that. So
If you
I'll
can
probably take the second one.
I'll take hiking as long as I can eat whole foods.
Yeah,
Because you could still get mad fit from doing like fell walking.
yeah.
You'd be like a
As
man.
soon as you break into a jog, someone's there. Fucking stop training.
You.
Oh, he couldn't.
You know the fucking rule.
Yeah, so I think it's got to be the second one, but that would be shit. Imagine not training ever again, lad. Oh, imagine, we said this the other day. How insufferable. I'd have to be climbing Snowdon like 5 times a week
Yeah, that would be stinking.
because
You just
otherwise,
live on Snowdon, basically.
otherwise it'd just be fucking insufferable.
Yeah. We're both insufferable when we don't train, so that's not, again, being seen off a bit there by that one, because there's no winners.
Yeah, well, that's the idea, really. Yeah, so it's got to be the second one because otherwise your body will just go into deep decline.
Yeah, and mine's already in decline off as it is.
Imagine
so.
how much imagine just again like no nutrients at all. How shit your rig would be, even training loads.
But this is the thing, right? So if you could still like hike or walk, as long as you were eating well, you could still get in all right shape. You'd have like a skinny rig, but you could still look goffy.
You could look like a cardio hat, basically.
Yeah, basically, which is in this situation is probably as good as you're gonna get. If you're not resistance training, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, you just have to like smash protein.
Yeah,
So the muscle you do have.
but you can do because you can eat
Stays-
whole foods. You can eat
stays
like
around,
you can
yeah.
eat the highest quality protein in the world.
Yeah, it's got to be the second one, ain't it? Living on fucking elk and
Yeah, well, if you'd
Well,
be on
that's it.
Snowdon anyway, so all you'd be scranning is deer.
yeah. We need
Go
to
on.
get some elk in Austin.
Yeah, we will.
That'd be
When we
that'd be class.
fucking
Tickling the elbows with Joe Rogan.
Elbow
Show
tick-
him this clip.
yeah, he'd love that. I'll send him the pegging clip. I reckon he can get on board with that. It's the kind of stuff that he talks about with Theo Von.
Naval Ravikant.
Yeah.
Have you seen the podcast with him?
No,
No, I sent it.
yeah, I haven't fucking. Like a lot of the things you sent me, lad, I've just discarded it by the wayside.
Yeah.
Let's do a quiz.
Oh yeah, we're on for the quiz.
Right, so we're both participating in this quiz. I need to set some ground rules here. So I have the questions in front of me from a random website, but the answers are at the bottom of the page. So
what's
I'm not
the subject matter of the quiz?
Christmas tunes.
Oh, okay.
So this is how we're going to wheel in music into it now.
Okay, I'm gonna be terrible. Let's just to tell you, but let's go for it.
So what should we do? Should we do 5 questions? Because otherwise it get a bit convoluted. If we do
Yeah.
like 10, we'll forget
We'll
where
have-
we're at.
Yeah. Okay.
So we should go through
Whatever.
the 5. If you write them on your phone or something, we'll do answers on notes,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And then play along at home as well. And try and get all 5 if you can. Again, say, these are 5 random questions and I haven't seen the answer, so they could be toilet.
Okay, I've got it. Number 1. Let's go.
Right, okay. Which Christmas song begins with the lyric, "Hey Mr. Churchill, comes over here"? I know this one. It is.
Hey, Mr. Churchill comes over here.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it because it'll give it away. I'm
No.
not going to do it in the
No
tempo
idea.
of the song. Right, that was question number 1
Okay, I'll fuck that
for everyone at home. Okay. Question number 2. What did my true love send to me on the 6th day of Christmas? I ain't got a fucking clue with this one. It's one of those shit carols, isn't it? It's the
Yeah,
12 days of
I'm
Christmas.
gonna take a guess.
Okay. Happy?
Mhm.
Questions locked in. Question number 3. Stay Another Day was a Christmas number 1 for which boy band?
Easy. You got that one.
I don't think I have.
That's my propensity to be a bit camp in my music taste. Coming out.
Actually, I think I might have it. We'll see when we go through the answers. Right, okay. What are we on now? Question number 4. Question number 4. Which song was the Christmas number 1 in 1975 and again in 1991?
That's good, isn't it?
That's
I mean, we weren't born in either of those.
Yeah,
years.
that's good.
Skip that one. Do another one.
Right, okay. What is the worldwide best-selling Christmas song of all time?
That is so.
I think that could be a trick question because it might not be like a commercial one. It might be like, one of the like one of the shit kind of like carol-y songs,
Maybe.
like fucking Jingle Bells or something.
I'm gonna give it a guess again, because I think that might be a safe bet.
Right. Okay. What was that?
That was 4, so you need one more.
Number 4 and number 5. Do They Know It's Christmas was a charity song to raise money for which African country?
Again, I'm gonna guess.
I just need to write my answers now because I haven't been doing them, so that's good. Okay. Right, you ready?
Idea. Yeah, I've guessed a few of these, I have to say.
Right, okay, let me just write my answers.
Number 1 ain't got anything for, so.
What was number 4?
What
Is the worldwide best-selling Christmas song
bestseller
of all time? Right, okay. Ooh. Did you go for Carol or?
No, I didn't. Carol's not here.
Okay, I'm gonna go. And number 5.
Which
Right, okay.
African nation
Yeah. Okay, sound.
won the Six Nations?
So I'll now go down to the answers.
Okay, so number 1, I have nothing for.
Right, yes. So the answer to question number 1, hey Mr. Churchill comes over here.
Go for it. What is
Stop the Cavalry, Jonah Louis.
it? Yeah.
Got that. Great Christmas
That's good.
tune, that.
Yeah, that is a good Christmas tune.
See, if I'd sang it, I would have given it away.
Yeah,
It's
you
very
would.
distinctive
Yeah,
beat, isn't
yeah,
it?
you would, yeah.
Right, okay.
fuck
Question number 2
You got anything?
was... Let me just jog my memory. What did my true love send to me on the 6th day of Christmas? Do you get this?
I've got 5 gold rings. So I think they go a day before.
See, I ain't got a clue. So
Maybe.
I'm going to say a commemorative Queen Elizabeth II pocket pussy.
Nice. Probably. I reckon you're closer to the truth there than me.
6 geese are laying.
Fuck off.
Who wants geese for Christmas? That's fucking get with the programme.
That's bollocks.
That's
No
so
one's put that
outdated.
down on a fucking Christmas list.
My
like.
answer's more relevant now.
That's on your Christmas list, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. I'll be
Pocket
fucking
pussy.
threaded if I don't get one.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for go on Liz for years. Staying at question number 3. It's Christmas. Stay Another Day was a Christmas number 1 for which boy band?
East 17.
Yeah, I got that as well.
Yeah,
That's
so.
That was the iconic
Child's Play, that is.
the iconic music video where they're in
They're
this
all in
shit
white.
coats. Yeah.
That's bollocks, that is.
Right. Question number 4 was, what is the worldwide best-selling Christmas song of all time?
I've gone with Do They Know It's Christmas?
White Christmas.
Oh, really? Interesting.
What is White
What
Christmas?
did you go for?
Oh, it's the I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
I'll put Jingle Bells.
Okay.
White Christmas is shit.
Yeah.
Go
It
back.
was going to be something shit. Cause yeah. I mean,
It's just a euphemism for being on the shite, isn't it?
on the shite. Yeah. I went for that. Do They Know It's Christmas because it was a charity thing. So I thought the good people of this world would have pushed that to number 1. Obviously
Yeah.
not. I mean,
Well, that was the
scum. It was the question afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Do They Know It's Christmas was a charity single to raise money for which African country?
Ethiopia.
Yeah, got that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
hmm
Fucking hell. What a guess.
It tied into...
Get in there, fucking Iliad Kipchoge.
Yeah. I wonder if he directly benefited from the money
Yeah,
raised
they
by...
just funded his fucking marathon efforts.
So I think Band-Aid, which is obviously the kind of collective that did Do They Know It's Christmas Time, then fed into Live Aid like the following year, didn't it? It's both Bob Geldof.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were the-
Good bloke.
Good bloke. Good
Oh.
band. He was in the Boomtown Rats, actually.
All round good bloke. Yeah,
He's Irish, which is not great, but we'll let that slide.
Gift to the gab.
Gift of the gab. Yeah, so that was a music quiz. Congratulations if you got all
those
5.
correct.
What did we get? 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I might
3
have got
apiece.
2.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. I think I got 2. 2 out of 5.
Top 3 Christmas dinner food items.
Okay, so we all know what number 1 is.
This is going to be controversial. Not. Yeah, so basically just spot 2 and 3 are up for grabs here. Because and also, right, we might as well we might as well cover number 1 now. If your top fucking Christmas dinner food item isn't pigs in blankets, take a
You're
serious,
vegan.
hard, long look in the mirror.
You gotta be vegan, ain't you?
You have got it, yeah. You've got to be a fucking salad scranner.
Salad fingers.
You don't, and as Homer Simpson famously said, you don't make friends with salad.
I live my life by that.
Name one time anyone has ever befriended you with salad.
Yeah, you're correct.
You can't.
Do you want this? No.
Imagine if you went to a barbecue with someone you didn't know and all they offered you was salad. You'd leave. I'd leave.
Yeah.
And then I'd call the police. I'd call social services.
Call the barbecue
Because their kids, ultimately, if they're vegan, are malnourished.
Well, this is why-
That's child abuse.
This is why we are going to Austin, because it is the barbecue capital of the world, and it's going to be sensational. There'll probably be, multiple steakhouses that we frequent on a regular basis.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll see it on Instagram.
Yeah. So I mean, veganism that's the place where veganism goes to die.
Yeah, I hope I die hanging out the back of a hog roast. And that's
Or
not
a turkey, like before.
That's not a euphemism.
Okay, so number 3
A
for you.
nice
Let's go.
American hog. Number 3,
That's what you called it.
cauliflower cheese. Is this traditional? And that wasn't
Peep
even
show
that wasn't
reference.
even a peep show joke. Is it traditional?
I don't think so, but I like it. I would have it. I don't think
I
it's
think
traditional.
Cauliflower cheese done well is
It can be
unreal.
phenomenal. Yeah.
It can be fucking tasteless. If you use like packet cheese sauce, that's shit.
Oh yeah, you got to
I'm
make
on
it
about-
yourself.
Cook cauliflower properly and then like make cheese sauce with cheese.
Do you like cheese, milk, and flour, basically?
Yeah,
That's what it is, isn't it?
that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And then if it goes crispy on top, that's sensational.
Sensash. Yeah, that's great. I might have to agree. There. What else are we looking at here? What else we got in the locker? I'm a big fan of parsnips.
Ooh.
I put them at number 3.
Gary Neville, ooh there. Right, okay,
Yeah, they
talk
go
to
number
me.
3.
Because parsnips on their
Again,
own.
got to be.
Parsnips on their own have to be. I mean, they are gopping. So how are these being cooked? I've had honey roasted parsnips. They're good.
Yeah, so I think that's got to be the key. Again, how you cook them. So I think a similar thing can be done, and this is why veggies can be so easy. The way I mentioned how to do Sprite, diet Sprite.
Brandy will come in there.
You do the same thing. You can do the same thing. So you cover in salt, cover in oil, bake them.
Nice.
Peng, because they're crispy. Then crispy is fundamentally that's the fucking deal breaker in it, because it adds that crunch, that texture. They're crispy and they've got shitload of salt on, so fantastic. Elevates all the flavours. So that's how I would like to do them. And honey as well doesn't obviously go amiss.
Mate, honey roasted parsnips are good. Parsnips on their own, gopping. And also, did because you're obviously like a lifetime vegetable dodger. Did your family ever try and disguise vegetables in mash with you as a child?
Yeah, sometimes.
Because like parsnip mash is a classic, isn't it? Like they'd mash up like carrots and parsnips and put it in.
Yeah, Swede mash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking, I
that's
can't.
bollocks.
Swede.
In fact, that's number 2. Got number 2 locked in.
Swede.
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
I just thought of it.
Okay, that's good. Right, so what are we saying? Cauliflower cheese? They're both valid. Actually.
They are, yeah,
because
they're both they're both fringe tier 3 forces.
They're certainly kind of top of the vegetable pile.
Yeah, they're like the rifles.
Tier 3
Tier 3.
forces. Fuck's sake.
We'll bring it back to the military theme. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we've already got the fitness. We've done
No,
the fitness
exactly.
bit. Sprouts are
Crowbarred
good.
everything in.
Sprouts are good. Parsnips are like the rifles. What more would you want?
Yeah.
Number 2. What do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Mashed potato.
Ooh.
Done well.
Right, okay. Is mash traditional?
Fuck knows.
I
The
mean,
potato is. Because roasties are up there as well.
Right, so my number 2 is roasted. So maybe we have to
Again,
agree on the potato.
We've got to agree on the potato. I like that. Irish famine. If you're Irish.
Bob Geldof, friend of the podcast, should have raised money for his own country.
Yeah,
It's
they
200
needed it.
200 years too late.
Yeah.
But it's the thought that counts, isn't it?
So, the spud, the humble spud,
Yeah.
can be spun in lots of ways. So, like, let's go through mash first, then we'll cover the roasty.
So
This is so
partridge.
ridiculous. So mash, you've got to do it Right,
You've got to do it well.
So you obviously boil them for long enough so they're soft enough. Because if you have lumpy mash, it's bollocks.
Yeah.
So you've got to then put the elbow grease in to make sure there's no fucking lumps in the mash.
Yeah.
And then you put loads of
Loads of butter.
The key is loads of butter.
Yeah.
And my family are against fat.
Yeah.
You know.
People that make mash without butter need sectioning. What's the point?
You do need more than you think.
Right, so this is the difference between a crushed potato and mashed potato.
Yeah.
Mashed potato has butter in. If you haven't got the butter component, you've just crushed a potato.
And you can't really have too much.
No.
So butter's the key ingredient. I actually am a massive fan of cheesy mash.
Yeah.
Again,
not traditional.
Not traditional for Christmas, but I would do it anyway.
But this is why the architecture of a Christmas dinner can be done well, because you can cross pollinate the cheese sauce from the cauliflower cheese into the mash.
Yeah, this
but
is
we're
fine.
getting a bit
It's a fine art.
It's too technical for the listeners because they can't get on board with this. We're just blowing their mind. We need to keep it. We need to keep this surface level.
Okay, again, so the roasty is it's unmatched, really. I mean, again,
so many examples of a roasty done badly though, which brings the roast potato into disrepute.
Because it can be so easily done badly.
Because if you ultimately, right, a potato needs to be loved and caressed.
Much like me.
Potatoes have needs, and if you don't see to those needs, it takes two to tango. You're not going to get anything back.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
Love and care for your potatoes, and they will repay you
in tasty goodness.
What do you think of boiled new potatoes on a Christmas dinner? That is a war crime, isn't it?
That's bollocks. If
you're
you're trying to be fucking healthy on Christmas Day, get to fuck.
Or if you've grown up with new potatoes on your Christmas dinner against your will, say like you've been calling for mash for years and no one's listened to you, then I would seriously consider calling child social services, because that is another form of child abuse.
And again, an honourable mention here, not Christmas related, but spud related, is the garlic and rosemary fried potato.
Yeah. That's good to go.
Loads of oil. Oil seems to be the main ingredient.
Oil and butter is the secret to a good potato.
Yeah. You got oil, rosemary, garlic, butter, and then spuds. That's fucking phenomenal, that is.
Superb.
Anyway.
Yeah. Fucking can't get up. No new potatoes are shit.
Because they're lazy, effectively. The prep time is nothing.
We can all fucking throw something in boiling water, mate.
Yeah, and then it be shit.
Yeah.
Put some fucking effort in.
Put some effort. It's not right. This is the irony, right? The people who cook new potatoes on Christmas dinner will be the people that have wrapped all Christmas to get ready for Christmas Day.
Yeah. Well,
do you know what I mean? But again, because they don't put any thought or effort into anything, they've been in perpetual readiness for Christmas Day since like the 1st of November. But because they're so lazy, they can't
actually peel and mash a potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to waste too much time talking about those individuals because we don't need to.
No.
Anyway,
you can also find those individuals in the Obesity podcast. Go back and listen to that if you haven't already.
Yeah. Anyway, numero uno.
Uno.
We know what this is going to be.
It's not
a surprise to anyone.
Pigs in blankets are goated.
The world's greatest invention.
Yeah.
Basically, pig wrapped in pig.
Yeah. Pig times 2, pig squared.
Pig squared
equals scran.
Scranley.
Some fucking algebra for you there, mate.
Yeah, fucking.
One of these numbers, fucking fuck off.
Meat algebra.
Meat.
Like that. They do that in Texas schools.
That's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
That's what your morning 4 will be doing.
Shaft and hole.
Shaft algebra.
Equals soft. Yeah. It's Christmas. Pigs in blankets are great.
Enough said.
There's never enough of them.
Oh, this is
always becomes a contentious issue at Christmas.
You should always buy far, far too much food at Christmas.
Yeah. Realistically, right, however many packs of pigs in blankets you cook on Christmas Day, there'll never be enough, right, in my eyes.
I don't think there's actually ever enough in supply.
Yeah.
Because if I was doing Christmas dinner, they'd get... Like, I would go to probably multiple... And I've never done Christmas dinner, for good reason. I'm shit at cooking. But I would go to multiple supermarkets and find every supply under the fucking...
That is such a good shout, you know.
Yeah.
The new Christmas dinner idea, chin off everything else, because it's like fades into insignificance when we're discussing the pigs in blanket. Just have a Christmas dinner exclusively of every big chain supermarket's version of pigs in blankets.
Yeah, and then you don't have to do any prep. You get them all in the oven, good to go. And you can have them cold as well.
That's the good thing. That's the other good thing about Christmas dinner, when you then get to scran it cold over the next few days.
Yeah.
And when I say you get to scran it cold, I mean you just get to eat the meat cold, because everything else just goes straight in the bin.
Gets fucked off.
Yeah,
You can't have cold mash, can you? That's
No. Can't have cold
sacrilege.
mash. I mean, again, mash,
I'm
I
hungry
like mash, but you can't have it cold. And then obviously the vegetables, like you're paying lip service to the vegetables on the actual day. As soon as the day's gone, man, they're worthless.
They're there for effect.
Yeah,
if anything.
fire for effect.
Fire for
They're
effect.
an area weapon.
You were quicker on the draw there.
Yeah, he's like parsnips. Actually, no parsnips. We like parsnips. What's this shit kind of Christmas vegetable? Carrots.
Yeah, they're
Carrots
again,
are
just there.
They're the GPMG of the vegetable Christmas world.
They're just there, mate.
They are
They're not
just
even
there.
that. They're the SA80.
Yeah, they are.
Very, very bland. You know, very fucking just there. Just do a job.
No one grows up wanting to fire an SA80. No one grows up wanting to scran carrots on Christmas.
Yeah, I mean they don't have them in recreational shooting ranges for a reason.
Yeah, because they're shit.
Because they're shit. And they're
That's why
orange.
they're getting phased out.
Yeah,
A carrot should get phased out as well.
Yeah, by a far superior vegetable. Which would be what? What can we phase carrots out? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, nutritionally speaking, you want something like broccoli, but broccoli's too close to cauliflower for my liking. Too
maybe
many
more cauliflower.
Too many
Daddy?
sprouted vegetables then.
So what are you putting on your ideal Christmas dinner?
Well, this is the
Let's get it
inevitable
in.
now, isn't it? Because we do have to discuss this. There's no hard and fast rules in my Christmas dinner. I am very much a shovel-it-in person.
And with food in
And
general.
inevitably, I will be having, 2 or 3 helpings. So it doesn't necessarily matter that much what's on my plate at first.
No, but
'Cause
what
you
is
know-
on the table? What's going on?
It varies,
Constituent parts.
So you've always got to, ideally at least, you've got to have 2 potato variations, really. One's a bit slim pickings. It's like fucking
That's stingy, that
little
is.
Timmy in it.
Yeah, that
Or
is stingy.
fucking
That.
little Stuart
That's
in
like,
your
had a
one.
tough year, have you, Dad?
Yeah,
Fucking
literally.
hell.
So you got to
Hey.
have mash roasties. We haven't addressed the actual, the supposedly the main act.
Mainstay. So turkey again can be done fucking phenomenally well. It can be wrapped in
Yeah.
bacon.
It's
You know what I
so often done badly. Dry turkey again is a war crime.
Yeah. So turkey wrapped in bacon and done with loads of butter again, is fantastic. So that's got to be in there. Obviously turkey. Any other meats?
What do you think about
Don't even
people that have
come at me.
like beef and chicken
Yeah,
on
fuck off.
Christmas?
What are you doing? It's not a Sunday.
Yeah. So going back
Can
to
all
what
have
we,
a Sunday, mate.
yeah. So going back to what we were saying about the mistake of having a Sunday roast every week to kind of take the glory away from Christmas Day. If you literally just cook a Sunday roast on Christmas Day, what is the point?
There's no
If you-
point.
if
There's
you
got to be
put-
some sort of nuance there.
Turkey should only be consumed on Christmas Day.
Well, you don't have like a turkey, like a Kentucky Fried Turkey, do you?
Exactly. People that put like a beef joint on for Christmas Day, what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, unless I'll caveat one thing, unless you're having turkey and like ham or something. If you got both going on, like you can roast a ham and a turkey, fantastic. Not many people have got the facilities for that, though, big man. If you've got 2 ovens, you're good to go.
Yeah, that is, turkey has to be on the
That's
table.
like
though.
that's elite. That's elite Christmas
That is
dinner.
elite. I think
ham.
ham is more of an American thing. Honestly, that's like a ham. That's like
It probably is, but
it's
a
like a f-
roast ham is great.
yeah, roast ham is good, done well.
But
A
yeah,
ham
that's what I mean.
joint.
And because turkey can be quite bland, times in it with ham.
Because ham's normally quite juicy, isn't it? So it
this is
it
what I mean.
balances it out. Yeah,
I'm great at food because I'm great at food porn. Because I'm a massive foodie.
yeah, because you just love scran. So you got to have your turkey, 2 potato variations. You got to have
Mashed and roast.
few sprouts on the plate, and then you just scran them straight away, so they're fucking gone. Frees up some room to move other stuff around. Cauliflower cheese,
Correct.
carrots, pigs in blankets,
Yeah.
and then that's probably my first innings.
Okay. Nice.
And then I'll go back for kind of minor ancillary vegetables in my second helping.
yeah, I like that stuffing. You're a stuffing man.
Yeah, I am a stuffing man. Depends.
Muffin man.
I am the muffin man. The stuffing man. That's my bedroom cosplay. That is
Born
the
name.
gingerbread man.
Born name, the stuffing man.
When I dress as the gingerbread man and get pegged, and I go the stuffing man.
And when you come,
Not the cum drop buttons.
that's coughing those. Anyway, yeah, I would concur. I'd say if you can have two meats, have it.
You're saying that to birds on the Malaga Strip tomorrow. If you can have two meats, have it. If not, I will just suffice with one.
Yeah, you can have two joints, have it. Then you got roast and mash potatoes, and then you've got, in my opinion, sprouts done well, parsnips done well, and pigs in blankets galore. That's good to go.
That is good to go.
Anyway, we don't need to fucking cover that anymore, do we?
No,
I was about scrying. I'm starving now.
yeah, you are starving. That's kind of it.
We've done a lot there.
We've gone for
a lot
we've
there, lad.
done a good hour and a half there.
Yeah.
I think we've comprehensively covered Christmas. You want to do? Should we end on the Nether Zone?
We've got to end on the Nether Zone, yeah. So if
Because we won't go into New Year because inevitably we'll probably do a New Year episode. Let's be honest.
special.
Another special. We don't want to take New Year away from its own special.
Yeah. So again, the Nether Zone
For the uninitiated.
is that week period between Christmas Day and New Year's Eve.
Yeah. When basically time stands still.
No one fucking knows what's going on.
No one knows what's going on. Yeah, and again, this then becomes an excuse to fucking scran and drink loads, which I'm not against because that is really the one time in the year when it should be encouraged.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. However, this is not the time to rap on training.
No.
No excuse for that.
Work-
All the time in the world, kid.
Right, this is unreal, right? So for people like us who love scranning and love training, this is up there with the best time of the year
Great.
because everyone's up for fucking boozing
Yeah.
and going out, but equally you're kind of off work. It's like it's a nationally agreed downtime, so everyone's chilling. So you can just smash fizz.
Yeah. So you can go.
So
and you can
you're basically 18 again.
Yeah, you can utilise also the extra calories from all your fucking roasties and go and smash bench. Great.
Superb. The Nether Zone is a great period, really, to get to start. Don't leave it until January to start training. Use those extra calories before you store them as fat.
Yeah, get them used. Get a bench PR. But yeah, I think that is a weird week because you're right. Time stands still. You don't know what day of the week it is often.
No, when I
You've
say
got
that,
no routine.
when I say that, you genuinely don't.
No.
People, honestly, it's like a war zone, mate. People just lose their minds. It's like Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's all the way probably until because you get a little bit of a reset, a reality jolt on New Year's, but actually, I mean, things don't start up again until about the 4th. Though.
Yeah, literally. And I mean,
About
like,
10
that's
days.
the time of year where conceivably it could be like a Wednesday at 10 a.m. and you're getting fucking bevved with your uncle in your living room.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And that that is in a non-sinister way. That is deemed to be socially acceptable.
Yeah.
He's not grooming you.
He might be. Make sure you are aware.
Make sure you're of age and consent.
Yeah. So I think we'll end on the Nether Zone because again, that is actually post Christmas, but it's part of the whole affair. So, by the time the Nether Zone's over, we'll be flying.
Yeah, we will. So
That's gonna fly by, literally.
let's do some quick kind of on-air podcast planning now.
Yeah.
What is the next episode?
So this will go out on the 11th,
This goes out on Monday.
and then what?
That's what I asked.
We could do a Malaga thing.
A Malaga special. Yeah. We haven't done a special for a while.
No, we need another special thing. Yeah, good shout. So Malaga send. So we've got for context, we've got Malaga half marathon on Sunday. It's currently Thursday. We fly very early in the morning tomorrow, and we're going to go and obviously do the obvious, do the normal send. Bit of chill day Saturday, and then Sunday we'll run the half. So we'll come back and debrief that.
Yeah, so that goes out on the 11th, and then I think on the 18th will probably be the Malaga debrief.
Yeah.
Unless we get a guest in, because there's potentially one or two
There's
that
potentially one or two that could drip in.
But again, we don't want to confirm that because we don't want to get your hopes
Oh,
up.
yeah,
'cause they will be
some-
good guests. So
Need to do some podcast outreach this weekend.
we'll do that this weekend. the 25th is Christmas Day, but you know we're not going to bend the rules just because Jesus.
Yeah,
was
I
born.
mean, just because it's Christmas, we don't rap.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus famously rapped, supposedly for our sins. But I think that's a bit of a cop out. To be honest.
So do I. And fundamentally, this is when you're all going to have time to watch podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll come up with a special plan for Christmas Day. We haven't quite got that yet. And then obviously the Monday after that is the 1st of Jan, which will be
the New Year special.
The New Year special.
It's going to have to be, innit?
It won't actually be about our New Year's because there's no way we will have had time to film and record a review of our New Year's in kind of like...
We'll just do a New Year's, but we'll probably be Bev for it.
What we'll do is we'll Bev because it will actually probably be in the
nether zone.
in the nether zone, so we'll basically spend that week pissed anyway. We'll booze and we'll actually deconstruct our Christmas Eve pub crawl.
Nice.
So it will be like a Christmas nether zone debrief, and then we'll kind of wet the whistle and let people know what we're doing for New Year's and how we think it's going to unfold.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll have a plan for New Year's by that point. We haven't actually done that yet. We need to plan for New Year's.
Yeah. Oh, and we're supposedly going to do a big fat quiz of the year as well.
That probably will be that episode.
Yeah. We could eke that back into the early New Year though.
We'll see. We'll see.
Basically,
we're longing it out then.
Yeah. Basically, we don't have a plan.
Yeah, and I am.
The big fat quiz of the year could come out on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
that could be a good one. People sit, in that post kind of like post grand lull where like people like the older relatives have a nap. You don't really know what to do with your time. You can watch the podcast.
What you can do as well is because YouTube, you've probably got a smart TV, so your family are all going to be sat around.
Oh, I like where this
post
is going.
Gran.
Yeah, I like where this is going.
On your fucking 54-inch TV.
Yeah,
and we'll get your family involved in the pod.
Yeah, I like where this is going. Bit of homework for you all. Put the Christmas Day episode on the Family Smart TV and pass the pod.
Pass the pod.
And if you haven't already and you watch every episode, like and subscribe to all the videos. Follow us on Spotify. Follow our socials as well. We're nearly 1,000 followers now.
Almost there.
How exciting.
Get in there. Milestone time.
How momentous is that? We've only had 2 guests on.
Yeah.
Well, we've had 3 and 2 of them are the same person. So technically we've had 2
watch
guests
this
on.
space. Because, I mean, Chris Williamson and the like started having guests.
Yeah.
They weren't at like the levels we're at.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say I'm better than him. But ultimately, did he get this far just gobbing off on his own?
He's now had 700 guest episodes.
Yeah,
I think he's had 700 episodes. So maybe I don't know if he counts his ones on his own, but he's just done some on his own. But anyway, he's had a lot of guest episodes. So imagine when we're at 700 guests, lad.
Yeah, I mean,
imagine that.
That's mental.
700 conversations with people like we had with Chad.
That's mental.
Ain't that mad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch this space, kids. Right. Anyway, love you and leave you because it's getting late. We have a flight in about fucking 7 hours. Which is good.
That's good. Still yet to sleep.
And fucking record. Get this scheduled.
Yeah, that's good, innit?
That's fantastic.
So on that very merry note, we will see you next week.
Happy Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!